Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Adewale Yusuf. Today, I'll be talking about introduction to Power BI and the power of Power BI. For those that are new to Power BI, I think this is a great topic to discuss about. So, introducing myself, my name is Adewale Yusuf. I'm a business intelligence analyst and also a trainer at Dibran Consulting. I'm a Microsoft Most Valuable Professional in Data Platform. I'm also a Microsoft Certified Trainer. You can connect with me on Twitter at Adewale Analyst, on LinkedIn, Adewale Yusuf. You can connect with me on YouTube as well. So I want to talk about general introductions to data and analysis. Data is actually a bunch of, let me say, records that was put somewhere just to gather information. Let me just say information. That's what data is all about. So there's data everywhere, what we do every day, everything you notice that you record on paper, that is a data, right? So a data can be what you have on Excel, a simple Excel, on a database, you have it on your record on paper, that is a data, right? Data is just an information. Now, what is analysis? So analysis is just a way of you making sense from that data, creating something interesting for that data that actually makes sense. If you look at what you are looking at my screen, this is just a demo of one of the dashboards I've actually built in the past that shows how to analyze the COVID cases across the world. Looking at this, you will see the confirmed cases, the total confirmed cases, the total death cases, the total recovery cases, and you see the way the countries are actually moving, the way they're actually moving across different months and year regarding the number of people that have COVID. So this is strictly analytics, right? So people do a lot of analysis in the world to actually generate insight and to make sense from their data. So if you look at the COVID cases is just a simple case of where we have a record of people that have COVID in the world, record of people that have deaths, record of people that have recovered from the diseases. And this is analysis is strictly showing how people have catch the COVID across the world. Africa, for example, you can see the spread across Africa, and you can see the trend as well. And this is strictly analytics. Now, one of the tools that help us with this analytics is called Power BI. Power BI is a business intelligence tool like never before that actually help you to create and deliver insight on your data through your organizations. So you can connect to hundreds of data sources, simplify data preparation and drive HOC analysis. So you can produce a beautiful report, then publish them to different sources, let me say, different platform where you can share your reports with your audience. That is one of the things that Power BI give to you. Power BI also give you access to access your report on your mobile phone, on your laptop, on anywhere you go, really. I can say anywhere you go. And for the people that would like to download Power BI desktop on their laptop, Power BI is free to download on your desktop. You can actually download it on your desktop and just play around with it. Power BI also give you access to connect to 200 plus Power BI connectors and counting. Imagine you connecting to Excel, connecting to Facebook to generate more ideas about your Facebook data, connecting to Twitter, connecting to SQL, connected to any different type of database. Database is just a place where you save your data, you save your record. So, Facebook as well is like a place where you save your record. Imagine you posting a pictures on Facebook, that is a record there, or you post a tweet on Twitter, that is like a record which you can actually connect to and do an analysis on. Like I also said, you can stay connected from any device, whether you're using Windows, iOS, Android, and HTML5. So Power BI give you access to connect from any devices. The thing you need to understand about Power BI is this. So how does Power BI work? The schedule start from access, right? Access. Access is the first thing. You need to access your data. Where is your data stored? Is my data stored in a local databases? Is it stored in a cloud database? The first thing you need to do is to access your data. Where is our data stored? our data is stored somewhere, maybe Excel, maybe Access database. You access the data. Now, once you access your data, the next thing to do is to clean it up, right? So what we do most of the time is we clean our data, right? We clean the data. The data may be dirty sometimes. Then after cleaning the dirty data, we mash it up. Mashing it up simply means that you are trying to relate tables to each other. After matching it up, you explore, right? You play around with the data, you look at the data, then you visualize. So visualize simply means you telling a story to the world to say, based on this data, these are the story we can actually pick out from this data. After visualizing and telling your story to the world, the next thing you do is you share your report. Right? So you share your reports with different end users, you share your report with people in your organization. You can actually share your report maybe via PDF, via PowerPoint, via maybe having a link on your website and all that. You can do the sharing through that. Now, how did Power BI came into existence? Power BI simply came into existence with the use of something called Excel. I'm sure some of us will be familiar with Excel here, right? So Excel actually has some very powerful tool. So some years back in Excel, like 2010 and 2013, some tools was created in Excel called Power Pivot and Power Query. These tools were actually created in Excel to actually automate the way we do reporting. Microsoft thinks that these two can actually be brought together and create one powerful tool called Power BI. So Power BI gets data, has a lot of artificial intelligence, has a lot of way of collaborating with your team members to deliver a great insight and build an interesting dashboard. So Power BI framework just starts from Power BI Desktop. So you start from Power BI Desktop, you create your report on Power BI Desktop. After that, you put it on Power BI Service for your people to see. Then you also push it over to your phone, right? Which you can actually track and look at your analysis from over your phone, right? That's one of the things that Power BI can do for you. The next thing is, how do you visualize a data like a pro? How do we visualize like a pro? Right? So we can actually visualize like a pro. You need to learn some standard for business communications, right? So there are some standard across the world that people use for business communication. One of the standard is something called International Business Communication Standard. So there's need for semantic notation in business communication. I'm sure some of us will be like, what is semantic notation? What is semantic notation? Before I go to semantic notation for business communication, let me just cite some example of semantic notation. I'm sure if you go to Google today and you type PowerPoint presentation, you will see different type of presentation across the world that people have done. And then you won't see any similarity because there is no notation, there is no standard. So people design presentation based on their discretion. Any colors that comes to their mind, any font size, they just design report. Same thing goes to dashboard. If you look at this dashboard, this is dashboard that was created by a company. This dashboard was also created by another company. This dashboard was also created by another company. But if you look at this, you notice that there's no similarity in terms of color, in terms of the way a dashboard are designed. There's no similarity, right? If you go to Google today and you type dashboard, Power BI dashboard, I'm sure you see different type of designs, right? Because there's no standard. There's no notation. Now, let's look at semantic notations in other discipline. How did they undo that? You want to agree with me that we all know what this is? This is sheet music, right? Sheet music. And who is the sender of this? I don't know if you can type in chat. Who is the sender of this? The sender of this sheet music. The sender is the somebody that actually writes a music, right? And you want to agree with me that this sheet music is one of the things that follow the semantic notations, because anybody can read this sheet music across the world, right? As long as you're a musician, you can actually take up the music and read it, right? And you'll be able to provide just like a solution, right? Somebody can write this in the US and somebody in Nigeria who can actually play music, read this sheet music, right? So this is a true communication. If you type this sheet music in Google, I'm sure you're going to see the same color everywhere, because everything is standard. There's a semantic notation for this. Now let's talk about this. And what is that? This is a road sign. Can somebody tell me what red means in chat? Red. Yes, definitely. Red means to stop. Then what of yellow? Yes, definitely. You have to get ready. That's yellow. Ready. Green is what? Go. And who is the sender of this? This is typically road safety. So they are giving this sign for everybody to read. And you can agree with me that this sign is generally acceptable all over the world. If you go to the US, Nigeria, you go to UK, you go to anywhere, red means stop, yellow means get ready, and green means go everywhere. And who are the receiver of this? Drivers, definitely. As long as you are driving on any road, you understand that whenever you see this road sign, you need to abide by it. So this is a true communication that is well accepted in the whole world. Now, if you go to Google and you type road signs in Google, I'm sure you're going to see the same design across broad, right? The same design that says stop here also means stop in another country, right? So I'm sure you can see some kind of uniformity here, unlike business. Now, let's think about this as well. This is a constructional plan, construction plan. Who are the sender of this? We can say the engineers, we can say the architects, and you can agree with me that if any architect draw anything in the US, we all can read it here in Nigeria, right? This is a true communications, right? A communication. Now, let's talk about business. So in business, and the way people design dashboard, even with Power BI, there is no notations. People just design dashboard the way they want and design dashboard the way, maybe the way they just feel like, right? Now, there's a body that have come together to think of how to standardize report. I want you to look at this different report. This is different balance sheet, right? And can you see the way different designers actually designed this? This is actually saying the same thing, but because there's no notation, people design things the way they like, right? Now, in business, we've actually come to just think of there's a way we need to standardize most of the things that we do, right? So if you look at this, solid, actual solid is used to represent actual. Anytime you're talking about actual in your report, you use this dark, very black color. Anytime you're talking about previous year, you're trying to compare maybe your actual to your previous year revenue or previous year sales, you use this, we call it solid, something like light black, right? Something like that. Then when you're trying to compare your budget, your target, your plan, we use an outline color. That is outline. Now, for forecast, we are trying to forecast into the future. There is also a way to also use some colors to represent your forecast, right? So in terms of forecast, we use arch, right? So this is a standardization that some group of people come together and think we should all be using so that we cannot have something structured like this, right? This is like a chart created by Power BI, and this is very structured. When you're looking at black, I'm looking at actual. When you're looking at solid gray, you're looking at previous year. When you're looking at this forecast, you're looking this arch, you're looking at forecast, right? So this is way of making a report standardized. And now people have been wondering that this guy is talking about Power BI. You haven't shown us Power BI. What is Power BI? So I'm going to go to Power BI right now and just show you the interface quickly. I'm sure some people will be wondering, what is Power BI really? So this is the Power BI interface that you are looking at here. This is Power BI right here that you're looking at, and then these two actually give you access to create a lot of interesting things, right? So it's just like Excel. So you have all your ribbons here. We have our ribbons here and different tabs. We have Home tab, Inside tab, Modeling, View tab, App, External tool, and all that, right? And here we have the report view. So this is where you view all your reports, and then this is where you view the data. If the data has been plugged here, I'll show you a Power BI report that already have the data in. Then we build a data model. Just data model simply means connecting different tables together. So we are connecting table 1 to table 2 and table 2 to table 3, connecting them together. That is what that is. And let me show you a quick report that has Power BI open already. Now look at this report. So this is strictly Power BI, and then this report that you're looking at just show the sales report. It's just a sales report, annual sales report, and in this annual sales report we have the the sales number, the unit sold, the total sales, the unit sold, the transaction count. There's a table that plot these sales in the just by month, sales by month, and all that. So in this report, I've already imputed my data. So let me create a new report. For example, I'm going to change these themes to white so you can see this. So remember I said this is your data view where you can actually see all your data that was brought in here, and this is the relationship view where we connect different tables together to say this table work with this table and this table work with this table, right? So if you look at the report view right here, I can easily and quickly create one or two reports now so that you can see. So let's say I want to create a small report. So these are visualizations, different visualization here. I'll just click on one. So this is popularly known as charts, right? Charts. So I can click on any of them. Bar chart, for example. So if I click on bar chart right here, I can expand it and come here and put something inside the bar chart. So maybe I want to plot a region by revenue. I want to say our revenue by region. So I can come inside the region table, select region, right? So I just selected region from the region table, right? Then I'll go to my sales table where I have my sales, which is the fact sales, and come here and I'll select sales. Now, by sales, you see that you notice that I have a chart quickly and easily, right? A very nice chart, right? I have a very nice chart. So I'll just put that here. Now let me create another chart for another example. So I'll click out here, come here, pick another visual. Maybe I'll pick this one this time, this column chart this time around. And what I'm plotting this time around is model by sales. So I'll just come to the model table, tick model, come here and also plot my model by sales. So here, if you look at this chart now, you can see that model 3002P has the highest sales. And in terms of region Northeast has the highest sales, right? So this is just me plotting two charts, right? And I can decide to design this report. I can come here, go to insert, bring in a picture if I want to. Can you see image? Just like you are doing a PowerPoint design, right? So I can bring in this Microsoft logo, bring it here, and then put it to this top corner right here. Just put it to this top corner. That's this PowerPoint logo. And I can do a simple text box, just like you are doing a text box in your Word or PowerPoint, and just type digital transformation report, right? So that is what I'm going to call this report, and I'm going to increase the size by just coming here. So now increase the size. I'm increasing the size by just coming here and just say maybe the size is 40. I can change the color if I want to, maybe something like deep blue, yeah. So this is just me creating a report quickly, right? So if you would like to play around more with Power BI, I will advise you go to Google. If you have a laptop, you go to Google and just type download Power BI in Google. Just type download Power BI in Google, right? So from right there, you can actually download the Power BI and you can start playing around with it. And I have a lot of videos on YouTube, on my YouTube channel as well. So you can search for Adewale Yusuf and then watch some of my videos on the YouTube, and then you can start getting more insight from there. So thank you so much for having me in this session. I'd like to take some questions now. Thank you so much. See you.